Activists melt down after Marvel X-Men cast goes viral. Storm actress isn't black enough. So I wonder in this video that Ryan did, if he's going to bring up random people on Twitter or like Cosmic Book News or the Geeks and Gamers website. Is there legitimately people within the industry that are complaining about this? Or is it just him making rage bait bullshit? Let's see.
Always a lot of big expectations for reveals from D23. And after the criticism that Marvel received for a lackluster San Diego Comic-Con, the rumor mill started flying about the announcements they could possibly make, including the cast for the X-Men before D23. And it looks like those rumors were accurate.
So here's the problem with this narrative. Cast announcements, things like this, are decided way in advance. These are things they decide to do way in advance. They don't wait till the last minute and go, oh shit, this thing about 2 weeks ago didn't work out, so we need to redo everything to make a cast announcement and a bunch of date announcements for movies because we don't think people liked our announcements at this other event. That's not how the industry works. And only his idiot followers would believe that.
They were trying to get everybody pinned down in lockdown to make a big announcement for D23 about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe post Secret Wars. And that, of course, is going to heavily involve the X-Men. X-Men cast revealed at D23 2026, full list of actors and roles. And to me, the most surprising thing is that all of these people actually look the part. That all these people that are cast actually look the part.
Oh, it's almost like your narrative about Hollywood is wrong. This concept that you have that you've indoctrinated your audience with, that Hollywood is tainting everything on purpose, they're ruining everything on purpose. It's almost like this narrative has been an ideology all along, and that you've just been spewing bullshit the whole time. That's interesting. Which, by the way, the X-Men are also one of the most diverse, if not the most diverse, group of superheroes and villains in all of comic books. And they have been for years. Ever since Giant Size X-Men in the 70s, they've been extremely diverse in general because of the way mutants work in the Marvel Universe.
Whether it's for Rogue, whether it's for Cyclops, whether it's for Storm, all these people look the part. And I think overall, look, who knows what the writing will be, who knows what the storyline will be. But I think in terms of casting, it looks pretty damn good, if I'm being honest with you. And here is them.
I want you guys to remember this, okay? We might have to revisit this as the year goes on, as we get closer and closer to more X-Men stuff. He says he likes the casting. He says they all look the part to him and he likes it. So I want to hold him to that. Remind me, like, if we do a video about the X-Men again with Ryan Kinel, and I'm sure we will as time goes on, remind me if he comes out and says something about not liking them. I want to make sure that we hold on to that.
Being revealed at D23.
Should we meet some more of the cast?
Please welcome Cyclops, Kate Connor. As Professor Charles Xavier, Christopher Abbott playing.
Now, he's not bald, but I think they can figure that out.
Emma Frost, Samara Weaving. As Rogue, Indy Neveretti.
Now, that's obviously a big one because of the massive success of Obsession, stuff like that. People thought maybe she'd play Mystique, but she does get cast as Rogue.
This is a hot take. I don't really care about who's playing Mystique. Mystique has been hyped up in the cinematic universe in a way that doesn't make sense to me. The whole thing about Mystique is she's mysterious and she does things behind the scenes, right? It's espionage, that type of thing. And in the movies, they tried to turn her into like this poster person for mutants' rights and things like that. It never made a lot of sense to me. I prefer Mystique as being someone who always looks like somebody else. And that's what her powers are. I find that to be very cool. So I don't think it makes any sense for them to worry about a big casting for Mystique, in my opinion. Using Indy as Mystique would have been awful, just in my opinion.
As Storm, Maya Boyd. There was also someone else who wanted to be here.
Good spot. Hey, D23.
Adam Driver actually gets cast with 99% certainty as Mr. Sinister, by the way. They've been trying to get Adam Driver in the MCU for a very long time. They finally succeeded. Hopefully that's because they gave him a really good pitch and not because he just finally gave in. But
okay, so we're almost at the halfway point in this video. I want to remind you guys that the way these channels function, and this is going to be a really good video to showcase this, the way these channels function is they create conflict. So far, Ryan Kinel has been pretty receptive to this casting and what they're doing, at least up until this point. So what is the video? Like, the title of the video is Activists Melt Down After Marvel X-Men Cast Goes Viral. So why do we have to frame it that way, Ryan? Why do we have to frame it as something negative, as something bad? The first half of your video focuses on your personal opinion about this, and you seem to be okay with it. But you're going to focus on the back half of the video where I believe you're going to shift into either some Twitter stuff or something really stupid so that you can create conflict. So you can create anger and outrage within your audience. Because right now, that's not what you're doing. But I'm sure you're going to get there.
overall, who knows what it'll end up being on screen, but I think the cast, for what it's worth, looks pretty good, including Maya Boyd as Storm.
And this is where you could have ended the video. You could have said, and you know what? I'm going to wait and see. This, Ryan, this is how you should have ended the video. I'm happy with the cast. I'm going to wait and see what the movie's going to look like, what the story's going to look like. I might like it. I might not like it, but I'm going to give it a shot because I'm okay with the casting. And that's my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts? Leave it down in the comments below. That's how you should have ended the video. But no, you can't make a positive video because it will not generate clicks on your channel. It won't generate clicks from your viewers. It won't do any of those things. So now we're going to shift over into the nonsense that you have to bring up.
However, there's some people that are not very happy with Maya Boyd as Storm. And by some people, I mean some black people. Maya Boyd's
Cosmic Book News. I called it. I hadn't watched this video at all. I'm watching this with everybody else. Cosmic Book News, one of the shittiest sites on the internet. Whenever I see that dude, Matt McGloin, I think is his name, show up as a short, I just know it's going to be one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard. If I click on that short, it's going to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. But let's see what they're going to do here. By the way, that emphasis on some black people, the way he said that, some black people, that means something, y'all.
Storm reactions. Fans crown a new star as the casting debate reignites. Because you'll never guess it, guys. You'll never guess it. A black woman gets cast in a black woman role. That's how it should be, in fact. But for some people, she just ain't black enough.
Yes, so let me make it very clear for you, my white community member, Ryan Kinel. There is a thing that I'm aware of, and I'm not going to talk about the nuance on it because I'm not going to speak on something that I'm not totally understanding of. Colorism is a big thing in the black community. It's a pretty heavy topic, and it's something that is within their community that they can discuss and figure out. Right? I'm not going to do that for them. I'm not going to say how I feel about it, whatever. I'm not going to do that. It's a discussion that happens within the black community that people that are part of that community have been discussing for years. It's been a thing for years. There's no reason for you to even talk about it, Ryan. Just there's no reason, really, because you don't understand what it's about. You don't get it. This is one of those times where if you're not part of the community, you really don't think in a way where, or you're not able to put yourself in that position to understand what they're talking about in this regard. But anyway, let's see what he's going to say.
Look at this shit. I was disappointed to see Marvel cast an unknown light-skinned actress, but that passed when I realized it's maybe what they want, to undermine one of their biggest characters. If so, they won't get it. I hope Maya Boyd grows enough to swallow the entire franchise. Light-skinned? Is she light-skinned?
You don't even know. That's crazy. So that's crazy that you're here criticizing something the black community's talking about, right? You're criticizing it and you don't even understand what it is they're talking about. You don't even get it. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. But this comes from the same guy that was mad that Snow White didn't look white enough for him. Remember? Y'all remember that, right? Snow White wasn't white enough. So when he doesn't believe someone is white enough, that's valid. But within the black community, if they're having a discussion about colorism and whether or not somebody is black enough or light enough, that's, to him, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Look, I think she is an attractive black woman. And
you could just say woman. You could just say woman. You don't have to say attractive black woman. Like that. This guy talks like a 1950s racist. I'm sorry. She's attractive for a black woman.
That's who I think they should have to play Storm. The casting looks good to me, but not good enough for black people. Dark-skinned Storm, you will remain real to me no matter how much whitewashing you endure in the comics and lightened live-action adaptations you...
I also want to point out, I don't typically do this. I'm doing it specifically so that you guys can see the ridiculous behavior from Ryan. Worrying about what some random person on Twitter says is just weak shit. I don't know why anybody does this anymore. I know why Ryan did it. He did it because he has to have outrage content in his video. He can't just be happy with a casting and then ask his viewers what they think. He has to have outrage content. So he had to go digging for this. He had to go looking for this. And, this is what he did.
I mean... She looks pretty dark. I'm gonna be honest. I think she looks pretty dark to me. What about educated? Educated black.
The hatred in his voice when he says educated black, like there's a problem with that. But again, it's Twitter. Why do you even give a fuck?
Educated black. The account called Educated Black. You might as well. Was the @oxymoron already taken? Y'all are extremely confused about what dark-skinned actually is. The erasure has gotten out of control. Just because you're a couple shades darker than Zendaya or Amanda Stenberg does not make you dark-skinned, period. Because this is somebody celebrated. We have a dark-skinned theater actress for Storm. Do you understand how iconic her monologues will be for X-Men?
Okay, so then that proves that there's no reason to be in the middle of this discussion, Ryan. For every person that doesn't like it, you're going to find somebody that does like it. So what you're arguing about here is just normal internet discourse about a casting. That's all this is. There's no reason for you to be diving into this like you're an expert on colorism.
So the idea of celebrating because of the color of her skin, man, this person is still not happy. I did see Kata talk about this. Can y'all shut up? You finally got what you asked for and you're still complaining.
Oh, so you're okay with crumbs, right? He's somebody that's okay with crumbs. Y'all got what you asked for. I mean, Storm is a black character, one of the most popular black superheroes in comics. One of the most popular, if not one of the few, black women superheroes in comics. And we should be happy that we got a black Storm. What the fuck does that even mean?
That's the thing. Look, I think that this casting, who knows what will end up being on screen, and I don't have a ton of faith in Kevin Feige or the future of the MCU.
Even though he just put out a $2 billion Spider-Man movie with Jean Grey in it. But go off, King.
But in terms of the casting itself, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty fucking good on all accounts. But guess who's not happy? Black people. Because...
So I guess a few Twitter accounts now represents all black people. So does that mean that every time a white person does something stupid, I can just say, well, Ryan, white people, right? Oh, there's a white guy sexually abused somebody. Oh, that's white people. Wow. White people. Oh, a white guy went out and did something dangerous with a firearm. Oh, that's white people. Just white people, Ryan. Like, applying these 2 or 3 tweets to all black people, which, by the way, we don't even know if those Twitter accounts, if they're real people. They could be bots. We have no idea. This is the kind of racist shit that these guys do.
The black person isn't black enough. You think that we're toxic when we complain about the race swapping of...
Oh, no, you're absolutely toxic. Like, you are way more toxic than any of the tweets you read. You guys actually are a detriment to the fandom community. 100%.
Character. When we talk about gender swapping of a character, we get called toxic.
Yeah.
Look at how the black community reacts when a black person gets cast for a black character.
Yeah. So now we should hold this against all black people. Got it. We're done with that video. I don't want to hear any more of this shit from him. Like, quite literally, you guys have advocated for some of the most awful shit over the years. Stay in your lane. Like you don't need to be discussing colorism, something you have no concept of, with a bunch of random people on Twitter.